Hi everyone, this is Mrs. McGee, and I love math. It's okay if you don't love math. I love it enough for all of us, and I'm here to help you understand it better. Let's get started. All right, before we get started, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you will get all the videos as I post them. And today we're going to do a linear equation. A linear equation is an equation that forms a line on a coordinate plane. So it's going to be a straight line, and this form today that we're doing is slope-intercept. It's very important that you memorize this equation. This is going to be an equation that you use for the rest of your math life. Y equals mx plus b. Let's talk about the x and the y. So the x and the y in the equation do not get replaced with the value in the final equation. The x and the y represent all the points on the line. The linear equation goes on forever, so there's an infinite amount of points, and the x and y represents that. Then we have the m, and m is the slope. It is the slope of the line, the rise over run. And then the last variable that we have is b, and b represents the y-intercept, where it touches the y-axis. So go ahead and put this into your memory, the slope-intercept form. You also will hear it sometimes talked about as the y-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. So we're going to graph one of these, and we're going to have y equals mx plus b, and I'm going to write that above it so you can see that we have y equals 2/3 x minus 4. And so we're going to graph this. Let me put a graph on here. All right, so the very first thing that I always recommend that you do is that you go ahead and you identify the slope and the intercept. So I like to write it underneath. M equals 2/3. Slope is 2/3. That means we're going to go up 2/3. Now, if that was a negative, you would go down 2/3. And then B is -4. That is our y-intercept. We always start with the y-intercept because that's the point that we know. We have to know a point on the line. So it starts at -4, and then our slope starts from that line and it goes up 2/3. And that's our second point. Now we could keep going up 2/3. That makes our little stair-step line. You could do 2 or 3 points. And then that will create our linear equation. And I put arrows because the line goes on forever. I do want to point out a common mistake. A common mistake that students make is they start counting slope from the origin instead of from the y-intercept. So make sure you start with the y-intercept, and then from there you count slope. Thank you for watching the video. If this was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.